Everybody wants to see a great idea. Don't ever forget it. Yes.
Do you ever sell branding concepts?
I think you can. I think it's the same thing. I think if you build a brand and you have a unique marketing angle to it, you have to bring the whole package to that.
Yeah, I mean, it has a product and all that, but it's a
You-
brand. Do you ever like work with people who have that and just want to hook up with the right company to either sell it or to license?
The ideal situation for licensing, if it was a perfect world, you would build a company, build a brand, sell it to X amount of stores, and then bring it to a bigger company. Go, look, I'm in 1,000 stores. You can put it in 10,000 stores because you're taking away risk, right?
Yeah.
All right. But some things aren't protected, right? So, but if you build a brand, you got copyright, trademark, you still have things that have value that you can license. So yes, you can, but make sure you tie it up with your trademark, copyright, and your whole total package and look. And yes, and you can go to companies and they'll be, because so much you brought the whole package to it, right? They don't have to reinvent it. Be clever there. Absolutely. Yes.
How about the licensing agreement? What do you look for, and what if you've never done it before? How do you know what the legalities of your agreement is?
That's a wonderful question, and I would always recommend that if you haven't ever dealt with the licensing, never even seen a licensing agreement, find one, look at it. They're all the same. There's some really basic terms: royalty rates, minimum guarantees, performance clauses. There's all this great stuff. But what's really fun about the whole process, when you do submit your idea to a company, and you get that call, don't be surprised when it happens. They'll call up and they're going to say, and when they call, they're interested. That's when the dance starts. Okay? Because they wouldn't be calling if they weren't interested. They're going to ask you, what are you looking for? And I always tell them, well, I'm looking for a licensing arrangement because I'm not a manufacturer. They go, perfect. And then I might ask them, are you looking for an exclusive? Well, everybody's greedy. Of course they are. I know that. So I write it down, exclusive. So they might ask me, well, are you looking for a royalty rate? Absolutely. Well, what rate would work for you? And then I turn it. Because you just don't want to pull a number out of the air, right? It doesn't make any sense. Then you start asking them about their business. And what's really important to find out, how many stores are they currently in? And what can you imagine what the wholesale price would be? Because your royalties are going to come on the wholesale price. Then you can do the math of what a 3%, 5%, 7% royalty is. So you can come back with a proposal to them. It's very, very simple. But find someone that's done it and ask them. But you can learn it's not that complicated.
Is it in your book?
Yes, it is in my book. I was asked from McGraw-Hill, found me because I've been licensing forever, and 10 years ago I started talking about the process, and we started educating other people, and that's how McGraw-Hill found me. And McGraw-Hill said, Steve, they called me and said, look, you need to have a book. And I said, well, why? And they said, well, the whole license thing is really, really new. So I wrote this book, One Simple Idea, and it has all that information in it. And it's been #1 on Amazon Small Business for 8 months still. It's in 5 different languages. So a good friend of mine, Tim Ferriss, I don't know if you know Tim, he wrote a pretty popular book for our work week. He was one of my students, said some nice things about me. And he said, if you're ever going to write a book, write it like it's your last. And give it all away, and that's what I did. So it's in there. But even beyond a book, find someone that's done it. Right? That's what I've learned. Whatever you want to do in life, get next to someone that's done it. And then suck all that information out of it. Any other questions? Yes.
You've mentioned open innovation. Can you speak a little bit about that, what that is and how it works?
Yeah, it's real simple. Companies have just realized that I can reduce my R&D budget. In fact, R&D departments they're reduced. They don't have as much money as they do now anyway. So, but they realize, finally, I need a multiplying effect. And I might have the best talent, but what if I open my doors to the world and said, here, and like Procter & Gamble, they will list what they're looking for. That's amazing to think a company that's a leader in packaged goods that actually is asking all of us. So open innovation is an opportunity, I think, for companies to reach out to consumers, because a lot of us, we're experts anyway, we know what we like and we don't like. And there's some really great talent out there that's not being utilized. And guess what? They don't have to pay you until they license it. So it's created, I think, companies that aren't opening their doors are eventually going to be dinosaurs. Because it's going to be hard to compete with other companies that have opened their doors. So I just, like I said, I just sold my company, StephenKay Design, 13 patents to a pharmaceutical company. I'm on the board of directors now, and I run a division for them. I do all their IP for them.
And
So, yes.
when you say that when they open their doors, is it something that's very public? Do companies make it very public that they're out there looking for new ideas? Or is it something that you kind of have to, you know, scratch below the surface a bit to understand which companies are out there looking?
You could type in, you could go to, let's say, Kraft's website, and there'll be a link on there, it'll say open innovation or looking for ideas, and click there and you're gonna see it. Now, just remember, just because someone says we're looking for ideas, and you're gonna send it in a black hole, right? That doesn't work very well, right? So you might fill it out so they've got a record of it, perfect, make sure you've got a little protection first, great. But then call in, track it, ask them what their process is, get to know how they do it. But it's pretty obvious. I mean, some companies put their, you know, they'll have something about inventions, entrepreneurs, have an idea, you'll see more and more and more of it. But I look at it this way. I have on my website 1,400 companies that are looking for ideas. I have a directory I give away for free. But I tell everybody, you don't need a list. You really don't, because once you really how to do this, you have a great idea, let your ideas sell. Bring the magic, and I want to talk a little bit about what that magic is real quick, because I think I'm out of time. Magic is wow. How do you wow somebody? How, when you show an idea, they go, wow. Like someone asked me, Steve, if you have all these ideas, how do you pick which one that's going to work for you? Well, I need wow. I need to be able to summarize it, the benefits of my idea in one sentence. Like the rotating label is really easy to get into all the companies. All I had to say is, I can add 75% more space to your label. They need more space. For drug facts, for warnings, for recipes, different languages, it goes on and on and on. They need more space. I sell companies real estate back to them. That's what I do. So I think you just have to call those companies up. You are at the top of your game. They are going to love you. They will love you, they will embrace you, build those relationships with those companies. And what I do, sometimes I'll make a little prototype, but sometimes it's always on a sell sheet. Sell to them how they're going to sell to their customer. A sell sheet is like when you're driving down the highway, you look up and see a billboard, in 2 seconds you know exactly how it communicates. Your sell sheet needs to sell that way. One-line benefit statement at the top, why do I care? Find that emotional grab it, have a picture of your idea, have the contact information, a few features on there as well. And nice cover letter. Call them up, get them on the phone, send them an email, have a website, protect it, have them look at it. That fast. You know what's amazing? They're always putting out fires. We're smarter, we're faster than they are. We can file intellectual property quicker. We can play the game that they have a hard time playing. So you have to get in there, get your feet wet. I tell everybody, what you should do tomorrow, just as an exercise, call a company that you have no intention to show them an idea at all. Call them up and say, hey, I'm a product developer, I'd like to start submitting ideas, how does it work? And you will be surprised how easy it is to get in. That's when that light will go on and go, you know, why don't I start coming up with all these ideas and just get them out to companies? And that's really a beautiful thing, because today's world is speed to market now. Whoever owns the shelf space wins.